This is our news, the weekend edition, and on the broadcast tonight. Find out why the CEO of Sky Bahamas says general aviation is getting worse. And poachers playing a major role in the decline of conch.
Our news is brought to you by Alive.
Good evening, I'm Andrew Knowles, and thanks so much for joining us. From the Crime Beat, police are continuing investigations into a shooting incident here in the capital that's left one man in hospital. The incident took place last night. Police say an adult male was walking through a track road off Dumping Ground Corner when he heard multiple shots and realized that he had been shot. The man was taken to hospital where at last report he was listed in stable condition. As the minister in charge of aviation promises that changes are on the way for general aviation, pilot and CEO of Sky Bahamas, Randy Butler, says he fears the situation will be too far gone. Our Giorgio Bain tells us more.
Sky Bahamas CEO Randy Butler says the situation of hacking at the General Aviation Airport has gotten even worse despite promises made to curb the issue of hacking. Earlier this week, Minister of Aviation Dionisio D'Aguilar said new regulations are coming soon, but according to Butler, the industry is too lucrative for those pilots for the issue to be curbed.
You have Stanley Key swimming with the pigs. People want to go there. You have Andros. People want to go there. Berry Islands, Bimini, and people can get there as long as you have, and you can go right down to the General Aviation today. No police is there. It's a private run facility, and they ask you where you going. Oh yeah, man, do you want to see? All right, $70. And they charge as much as those that are regulated. They're not paying value-added tax, business license, they're not paying national insurance. They're not paying for their pilots to go back to school every 6 months like we have to, and they're not paying the excessive fees that the airport is charging.
The minister said the government wants to ensure that the public is traveling in planes that are piloted by pilots who are properly licensed and have all the necessary qualifications and paperwork. But according to Butler, there are pilots who have been waiting to receive their certifications for years from the Department of Civil Aviation.
I would say to the minister again, really sit down, take a hard look. Look at where we're located. Look at why this demand, and why aren't we giving people the certificates when they apply for them? Why is it taking 3 years or a year? And then why, and these inspectors, they have some of the, you think they're like police, and that's creating another problem because they're not bringing people together and talk about safety. More laws do not make us safer. And we found that more laws make us more unsafe because people find more ways to broke them because the money is so much in this business, you can make money.
D'Aguilar said the government is working to properly regulate the aviation industry without actually crushing the conduct of commerce by air. According to Butler, there are more people flying out of the General Aviation Airport now than ever before, and in his opinion, it's simply because there are no repercussions.
And I dare say to you that since the accident last year, if you were to take a look at the reports and go out there, you'll see there's more people doing that. More people so-called hacking, and you'll see more pilots are now doing that, right? Because they understand nothing can happen.
Reporting for our News Weekend Edition, I'm Giorgio Bain.
All right, thanks a lot, Giorgio. Well, poachers have contributed to the decline in conch resources. That's according to Marine Science Officer at the Bahamas National Trust, Aneska Lundy, who says it's a popular cry from fishermen in the southern Bahamas.
The biggest cry from fishermen, to be honest, is poaching. We really as a country, we really have to address poaching. Poaching from the north, poaching from the south. Not just the Dominicans, there are some Americans that come into the country and poach. So poaching really harms not just conch, but all the fisheries. And the reason poaching in the Bahamas is on the rise is because conch everywhere else is on the decline.
Lundy has worked on the BNT's conservation program since 2015. She touted the need for a 15-millimeter lip thickness for harvested conch to allow the sea snails a chance to reproduce.
We have to look at the full picture. So why is the population going down everywhere else? There's a season in a lot of those countries, so there's something else going on. And what the science found and what fishermen found really is that there's not a lot of mature conch. So mature is a conch that has reproduced already. That's why we need a population that's able to reproduce. We need a population that's able to provide more conch, so there's always conch for us to always have conch to eat. So that's why we are really advocating for protecting juvenile conch until they have had a chance to reproduce. And that's where the 15-millimeter lip thickness has come from.
And we will take our first break here. But still ahead tonight, a PLP senator slams the social services minister's response to questions about rape. That story and more when our news returns.